Welcome to the dirt. I'm Gray. That's Nicole. We're here in Chattanooga in person. What's
Hey,
up? It's
you
fine.
gotta, you
We're
gotta.
working.
No, you go
Oh, we
and
combine
then
and
you
then
lock it in.
swim.
Then you
Okay.
gotta lock it in.
Good for us. We're rocking it.
This is the first time in person, so
It's true. We haven't done a
we
show
gotta work out
together.
some of the kinks.
Usually we're somewhat delayed virtually, but now here we are. We're just gonna rock and roll.
Rocking and rolling.
Yeah, the dirt has first off been widely accepted by many people, and thank you to everyone who has listened and watched. We love that. First off, Nicole, why are we in Chattanooga?
We are here for our championship for the Pro League. It is the season finale, and we just got beat by the Spark 5-1.
How do you feel about the notion that to win this title, you have to win 3 games tomorrow?
Can I say no comment if I'm the media?
I mean, by the time this airs, we'll know whether or not that happened, but
We better go 3 games. I think the owners thought there was going to be crazy weather in Chattanooga, which the forecast said so. But the way that the structure for the tournament was different originally.
yeah.
And then after all the rain, they were like, you know what? Let's let's just do 3 games and let's start the game at 1 p.m. in Chattanooga, Tennessee at the end of July. That sounds like a
It's gonna be
reasonable
really
idea.
hot. It's gonna be really hot tomorrow.
Send I don't know, like a
The
fan,
this
a
water.
fan. Yeah, this is gonna be. I saved 2 of these. These are gonna be gone by game 1. Might have to resort to, I don't know, another mug.
That's
But
fine.
yeah,
What? So we've got like
you'll
nine.
never know.
I wouldn't. You're right. It was very similar. What do you want to talk about? What's the first topic? We've got like 8 things listed. It's Champions Cup, Champion
Mhm.
Cup. Olympics has started. Nija picked a school. Softball America is on a new website.
There's so much.
I drove many hours. Where do we want to start?
I think we should start because I will forget if we don't. I found this new song, and I feel like whenever we unofficially started this, I would show you a new song every week.
Okay.
Open it up, and it just really sets a tone. It sets a vibe.
Okay.
Um,
Real quick caveat: this will have to be muted on the stream and audio
I
because
just
we don't
want
have
your
the rights to
reaction.
it. So I'm gonna listen. We'll see what happens. I like it.
I do too.
It's good.
I
I don't
like.
know if I'm there yet, but
Oh,
what's the
okay.
song? You want to tell the listeners what you just played me?
The song is "Big Dogs."
Big
Big
dogs.
Dogs by I don't even know. I found him on TikTok. This is why.
Hanuman kind. Feet call me. Ooh, call me. I get it.
Call me.
Yeah. Get out of my head.
Never. That was better.
Yeah, that was good.
I found it on TikTok today and I was playing it and I was like, ooh, like this
Banger.
is it. I added it to my pregame playlist. I was headphones in, listen. I was like, oh, I'm gonna rake today.
Is
Rode the
that what
bench
happened? Is that
so
what
hard.
happened?
Been so hard today. Okay, I'm dying to hear about this because at this point you don't even have $40 to your name.
No.
You have less.
I'm
How much do you have to your name right now in cash?
Should I just tell the story?
Yes,
Let
but
me
I want
just
to know how much you have right now. Like,
$23.
oh, you shot through half your budget.
Yeah, well, gas is expensive, Nicole.
All right, let's hear your tale.
Okay.
Your tale of woe.
So, should we start with traveling back from the Alliance game?
Listen, I have no idea what happened. I made
Okay.
we got on the phone and we started talking. I was like, this feels like a dirt session. I was like, you know what, Gray, I gotta hang up.
All
I
right.
hung up. I don't even know anything. Like, I don't know where you got to start.
Okay, we're gonna start with travel back from the Alliance game.
What is
So
this
this was
and where?
Sunday.
Mhm.
Saturday, no, Monday. This was Monday. The Alliance game was on
Throwing it
Sunday.
together.
I know, I'm sorry. Shout out to Jamie, low price, Amanda Cat. We had a great show. I had a good time. There were some technical issues. Happens to us all. Monday, I've got an afternoon flight. Don't laugh at me. I've got an afternoon flight from Indianapolis to DC. It's like 30 minutes delayed.
Mhm.
I've got 45 minutes between flights from DC to Birmingham. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope my Birmingham flight is delayed. Please let it be delayed, or else I'm going to miss my flight. I want to get home. It was delayed. I'm getting on the plane, and it's like, yeah, Birmingham's delayed an hour. It's like, great, let's go, win. Get to DC. I'm flying into Reagan, and I make it over to the gate. Sure enough, it's delayed, and then it remains delayed, and it continues to be delayed until
Classic, the IT issues.
until
No,
well, there was
thank
also
you.
weather. We had lightning, lots of issues.
That was like a double whammy.
Yeah, I mean, everybody was like, "What's the deal?" And I had a tough flight experience, and maybe we'll talk about one time on the dirt, very recently after the World Series. But I don't know if we're ready for that story to come out to the public yet.
I don't know if
But
I'm ready to hear that.
my Alabama people understand what I'm talking about. And yeah, so I'm like, I'm good. We don't have to fly in the storm. I'll survive. So eventually, the flight is canceled. People are very upset. I saw a father of four throw his phone on the ground and yell at the gate lady. It's a whole thing and a half.
A father of four?
Yeah, I know. His kids are like looking up at him. His wife is holding him back. It was a whole thing.
Did the phone look like this afterward?
It might have,
Like one of these just shattered.
but
Also,
I don't
keep
know
this right here.
because he grabbed it quickly and then went off.
He threw it and he was like, I'm
It's like,
joking. I'm
guys,
joking.
guys,
No one saw that.
I made a horrible mistake. So everybody else is in line. I'm sitting there going, I don't have to be in Chattanooga until like Wednesday. I'm not in a hurry. I'll let these people go. Like multiple people are weeping because they want to get to where they need to go because they got some sort of urgent
Weeping.
appointment. Like emotions are high. And I say, I'm good. I'll wait. I'll be last. Go up to the lady. She's had just an awful day. I can tell. And I go, ma'am, I'm going to try and be really easy. Is there anything to Birmingham? She goes, no, it's available until like tomorrow night or Wednesday night. I said, would it be more efficient for me to just rent a car and drive home? She says, probably. I say, great. Thank you. That's what I'll do. Cancel my flight, get a hotel, get a rental car, drive back to Birmingham to get my actual car, drive to Tuscaloosa, get in at midnight on Tuesday.
Mhm.
So at that point, I find out that this event has been pushed back. So I've got a little extra time in T-Town. I thought I was going to need to be there Wednesday. But why are you making stop? I'm talking with my hands.
Very handsy.
Very emotive. This is why I should be on camera more. So we go to dinner in Tuscaloosa and have a good time, get home by 8:30. And I get ready. I go with my friend while he walks his dog.
Mhm.
And then I go to bed. Next day, stop. Stop.
Okay.
Okay. Next day, I wake up.
Everything's fine
Everything's
up until
fine.
this point. You're no issues, no nothing.
No issues.
Okay.
I wake up Thursday. I start getting ready for the day. The first snafu, my plan is to leave at 11.
The fact that you use the word snafu, jail.
Get here by 3 is my plan, right? Game's at 4:30. I've got it wizarded out. As I begin to pack, on top of my bed, my nose begins to bleed. So it turns from Gray wearing his nice light colored shirt. It's not what I showed up in. And my sheets and a couple clothes turned into a crime scene. It just started like, I don't know, just coming down. I've had
How
one.
did it get on your sheets?
I was bending over and I was like,
and it just
yeah.
Niagara.
That's happened to me once. One time I got a nosebleed while I was putting on a tux. That was tough. Luckily, I had a second tux shirt, which is very me. So that stall, now I got to clean all that up.
Right.
Stalls my day.
Mm-hmm.
It's about 11.
Okay.
I've finished packing, about to take some stuff to the car, reach for my wallet, and it's not on my bedside table where I always put it. And I'm like, okay,
like the little,
I must have set it somewhere. I'll take this stuff to the car, come back up. What then ensued was a wild goose chase of epic proportions. And it was not in my place. I tore everything down, checked every nook and cranny, under the bed, over the bed, behind the counter, kitchen, living room.
Day.
Yeah, I'm pretty clean.
You clean every single day you're there. Every time I talk to you, I'm like, hey, what are you up to? You're like, I'm cleaning.
I check my pants from the night before. I check everything. I call my friend who I walked the dog with, and I was like, "Did you see my wallet fall out of my pocket?" No.
He's
Uh,
like, yeah, I just didn't think about saying anything.
I don't. I'm just trying. I'm trying. I asked front desk.
Oh, that was
Nothing.
your wallet. My bad, dude.
Thankfully, that's not what happened. I hit up the establishment where we were the night before. They're not open at the moment.
Mm.
A manager comes to let me in, and we search. Nothing. Nothing. So shout out to Jenny Sanders, the director of baseball operations at the University of Alabama.
Jenny, you queen.
Called Sherry and Jenny, and I was like, guys, I need to go now.
Hi.
I have 40 miles in my car of gas. I've got to go. I don't know what to do. And at that point, I'm like, I'm not gonna make it. Like, there's no way. I can't. I don't have my ID.
That's
I don't have
exactly.
cards. Like,
Yeah.
if I get into any kind of issue, I'm screwed.
Mm-hmm.
Jenny says, I can give you a little cash.
Is she Diops?
Yeah, she's
Classic.
She's the guy.
It's such a Diop. Like, hey,
It is.
you know what? Here is what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
I love that.
So I go pick up cash. I'm freaking out. I've had a horrible day. My nose proceeds to bleed like twice more the rest of the day. Once on the way here and once here.
I did get that Snapchat, and
Yeah.
you had definitely toilet paper, just like,
It was paper towel.
and I was like,
Same difference.
ooh, that's not ideal with what you said of, yeah, I don't have my wallet, and that's all you told me, and then the bloody nose. I was like,
Yeah. So I get here. I'm exhausted. Get back to the hotel. I'm like, this was a bad day. This was not a good day for Gray. I did not crush it.
bad day for Gray.
Did not crush it. The story has a little more that carried into today. So
Oh, there's more
there's a little more.
today.
A little more.
Oh my goodness.
I take a shower, and when I travel, I put my hairbrush in my backpack because there's never any room in the DOP kit for a hairbrush.
Right.
You know, they got to put all the deodorant,
about?
mouthwash, etc. So I go to get the hairbrush, and Nicole, I lied to you.
You found your
My
wallet.
wallet was in my backpack.
So you don't have $23.
No,
You have all your money.
I have my regular amount of money.
Oh,
I don't know what happened. I don't know. It must have fallen off my bedside table and fallen into my open backpack. Like, the odds of this,
how lucky.
it's unreal. The two clues that told me it had not been stolen, like I kind of thought maybe it had, was no money been spent.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of the only clue. No money been spent.
Well, that's the only clue. That's it.
Yeah. So I thought, okay, if I'm not going to shut down my card yet. Thank goodness I didn't do that. And sure enough, found it in the backpack.
That would have been so tough
That would have
if
been
you like
brutal.
canceled all your cards and you're like, wait,
Yeah.
here it is in my little backpack.
So my wallet's here. I have it. I can now get a ticket and not get arrested and other things. I now have the full capability of my card.
You're a fully grown adult right now.
I'm back, folks.
You
We
went
did
from a
it.
toddler to what you are right now.
It was a really, really difficult, like 72 hours
How did it feel
of
having
travel to that?
budget and like, oh, gas, but like I also need to eat.
Well, yeah. So I went to Taco Bell. And when I stopped at gas stations, I was like,
bad.
yeah.
When you go to Taco Bell.
I had to be really conscientious
Can I get a
of
99-cent burrito? Is that what you got?
no, I got 5 tacos for $1.29.
5 for $1.29?
Yeah, it's not
That
bad.
can't be real food.
No, it was real.
That can't be real food.
I
That's
could deal with
fake
it.
food.
But when I would stop at like a Shell,
Mhm.
normally when I'm driving, I'll load up, get like 5 drinks, a couple snacks, something. This I was like, okay, I can get 1 Powerade and 1 Smart Water and the cheap water from the Shell. That's it. So yeah, I learned a lot, and I'm happy to have my full financial capabilities once again. Doesn't necessarily mean the cards are exactly loaded with cash, but it's
You're
more.
definitely rolling it.
It's
but,
more than the budget that I had when I left Birmingham.
But you can actually like toss something up now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if need
love
be.
that. Love that.
So yeah, that is my travel saga, the wallet drama. There you go. That's my life at this point. That's my story.
That's my story.
I know that that's why all of you are here, to learn about my irresponsibility at the conundrums I consistently put myself in. And I thank you for your support.
I feel like you can relate to this.
Okay.
You know, when you're doing something and you have so much going on that you're like, and you forget about the obvious that's like right in front of you, right? So the story I'm about to tell is not softball related, and then we'll get into softball. But I feel like you would be like, I feel that. So my renters, I own a home in Oklahoma, and I rent it out to college students, and my renters moved in today. I hired a cleaning company to come in like a week ago.
Yeah.
They were like, actually, we have to check you out for like a couple days. Oh my gosh.
Jalen Ford just came in to get a straw.
Jalen Ford is my teammate. That's it. She said,
The
"Don't
two
let her
vets
lie."
are fighting.
I still can't believe I'm a vet.
You
Like,
are.
That's crazy.
It's tough.
It is tough.
Welcome to Oldinghood.
I sat down after the game today, and and my back like.
Did you make a sound when you stood up again?
No. Like I couldn't get back up.
That's the first sign.
It like ate, and whenever I exhaled, and I was like, ooh. My body did not feel good on that one. And I was like, So my renters moved in today, and I ordered a cleaning service because my previous ones moved out.
Sure.
Obviously, I couldn't be there to clean it myself. So I hired somebody to do it. And they're like, actually, it's going to take like 2 or 3 days just to like, I don't know, vet me if they can clean my house. And I was like, I don't know. I've never hired anybody to clean my house before.
Vet you? Okay.
I don't know. They were like, it's going to be 2 or 3 days. And I was like, okay, I have a week, like, fine. And then we schedule it, and they're like, oh, like, maybe like tomorrow. And they're like, actually 2 days from now. And they're like, what about Friday? And I was like, all right, Friday. They move in tomorrow. They never went. They never went. My renters moved in, and they were like, hey, like, this is not clean. And I was like, okay, that's cool. So I was frantically calling around, found somebody that is willing to not do the 2 to 3 day,
vetting process.
They were willing to waive that.
Wow.
So they will be there at 8 a.m. tomorrow.
Wow.
Yeah, that was fun. And so I'm like, all right, like nothing else can go wrong. That's it. I end my game and I check my phone.
This is today?
This is today.
Oh,
they move in like today, Saturday. I check my phone, and there is
Today's Friday.
Hey, Friday.
As we record, you're probably listening to this, and I think it's a Monday. We'll see.
So I check my phone, and they're like, hey, we're locked out of the house. Like the key code isn't working. Like they didn't know how to use the key code. And so one of the girls, whenever she left, she like deadbolted it from the inside.
Ooh.
But I don't have a key. It's just like a key code. And I was like, no, like, what about the back door? What about, and they were like, no, like we locked those as well. So they couldn't get in. And so I'm like calling them. I'm like trying to figure out what to do. Like I called my parents back in Houston because I have one key to the front door. So I was like, maybe that, like, I could get my parents to drive from Houston at 8 a.m.
How long is that drive?
6.5 hours.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like frantic. I'm like, call locksmith. Like, I don't know.
Call the police.
911. Well, turns out they're like, hey, is there a garage code? I forgot to give them the garage code. So
that could have gotten them in.
It did. I gave it to them. I gave it to them.
Are they in the house?
But it stressed me out. And I was like, oh, I like felt so bad because I wanted their move-in process they are amazing. And I'm really excited for them to live there. And so I was like, man, like it wasn't clean. And then like they locked themselves out. And I forgot to tell them about the garage. That was just literally like.
So are we about to find out live on the pod if they got in or not?
Yeah, we are.
Live on this very recorded 3-day-old as you're listening pod.
Literally. Stop. I'm hot. I'm always hot. She's on her way there.
Wow. What a fire conclusion.
I was
You like, did it.
That's the horror of like checking your phone after a game and being like, hey, like we can't get into the house. Hey. And I'm literally in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and they're in Norman, Oklahoma. I was like,
it's tough.
Yeah. Anyways, softball.
There's no easy transition to which one do you want to go on?
Sorry to be a downer.
No, that wasn't a downer. It worked. Everything's fine.
We're about to find out. So you know what? Let's talk some Olympics.
Oh, okay. I love
Because we
that.
talked about it last time, and I
All
feel
right.
like this is a great transition.
So
There's no easy transition.
as we
I
record,
just
there's
said
not.
that.
Nicole's they're gonna get in. It's fine. Nicole and I talked about the Olympics 2028 2 episodes ago. We'll talk about 2024. No softball in the Olympics. It's a bummer. It sucks. I think we all agree. The reasons are stupid. Whatever. That being said, I do love the Summer Olympics. And as we record
They're
today,
so good.
they're great.
They're
It was the
great.
opening ceremonies. Boy, France did some very French things in this opening ceremony. And I
I
can't
literally
wait.
went,
Yeah, there were a few
I
things
can't
where I
believe that.
was like, really? Is that Marie Antoinette
That is inappropriate.
during hard rock flaming like
Yeah.
guitars, and it was a lot.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So yeah, I wasn't expecting to see that. That was right after a library scene that was not for the kids.
Yeah, what
And
is that about?
I don't know, but don't go in that room. Just reading Dangerous Liaisons amongst many other things. Yeah.
Ooh, wow.
Fun time. It was very interesting. But
There's already been scandals.
oh yeah, we've got
Ooh.
both soccer, right? Both cheating.
Both soccer. Yeah.
And then the crowd situation.
The crowd. Can you imagine?
No.
Like having to wait and play the last 3 minutes of your game because
People.
literally people are throwing so much stuff for 2 hours.
It's abysmal.
And it's like, whoa, like at the height of the game, and then all of a sudden it's like a rain delay, but like not even.
Well, how about
you
the
know?
drone? I mean, Spygate.
I'm like, come on.
Like,
What are you gonna learn in practice? So the Canadian women's team,
yeah.
the coach had a drone and she was spying on the other team's practices. I'm like, you guys are there. Like, if you don't know the opponents by now, like what else are you gonna learn?
That's why. Why don't we watch regular film? That's a thing.
No, apparently not.
YouTube
Like,
has many videos.
Canadians were great. That's a tough look.
Yeah, it's hard.
Not a good look for Canada.
But I will say, opening ceremonies. First off, I like that they tried something.
Mhm.
Doing it on the river. It wasn't necessarily all successful, but what is?
Yeah.
And then I did spend of the 35 minutes between games tonight at Frost Stadium. I did spend 3.5 minutes watching the Celine Dion performance. She's back. She sang.
She's better.
It's pretty sick.
It
Pretty
was
awesome.
pretty sick. Yeah.
Just-
I have a lot of friends that I met at OU that are in the Olympics with track and field, gymnastics, like all kinds of stuff. And I got to see like the behind the scenes stuff with the Olympics on their Snapchat stories and like Instagram. That was really cool because I think I said it before, I said it again. The environment of an opening ceremony is the environment of being in a village, of being able to interact with other countries, like people that you never get to see and interact with on a whole other level. I think it's so cool. I think I sent you a TikTok
You did.
of Fiji singing outside of their building, and like, who was it? Like Canada, Australia, somebody was like, oh my gosh, I'm like listening to Fiji sing their songs right now. And then they put their phone outside and you can just hear them. And I'm like, where else are you going to get that except at the Olympics? Like, it was so cool.
My hope, not to dive into the softball of it all, but my hope is that the schedule allows for
It won't.
the softball people to go to opening ceremonies. You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Because 2020 Olympics, were y'all able to go to that?
Yes.
Yes.
I opted out, but yes.
But when did the game start in relation to the opening
next
ceremony?
day.
The next day.
The very next day at 12 p.m.
Wow.
We did not. Well, I didn't go, but some of my teammates went. I was just nervous about COVID. So I was like, we get tested every day.
But heck of a time.
Heck of a time. Wow. Wow. But they got back at 2 a.m.
Oh man.
And they left at 5. So it's a long evening.
Yeah.
It is. And to be able to get back at 2 a.m. and then fly, like you're not gonna go. You're not gonna be able to go.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That is one of the reasons why we feel the way we feel about that.
You heard it here first, boss.
What's your favorite event to watch during the Summer Olympics? I mean, swimming starts tomorrow, and I'm really bummed.
Are you a big swimmer
I
guy?
love swimming. And
you're bummed that there's going to be 3 games that are going to be
some of the
tomorrow?
finals are like, they start at 2:30 Eastern. As we record, our first game is at 1 and 4 and maybe 7. There's just no chance. I'm not going to see a single one.
No chance.
So I'll have to catch the clips.
Classic. Love gymnastics.
Sure.
My roommate was a gymnast, like kind of have to, you know. I also really men's and women's I enjoy. Just like the strength that the guys have to have. Plus, one of my old friends from OU is a gymnast,
Okay.
male gymnast. So
here we go.
He's great. He's incredible. I actually saw the Olympics tweeted out a video of him talking about how he does the pommel horse.
That sounds hard.
It does sound hard.
Pass.
Yeah. Yeah. I love watching track and field. I'll be honest. I don't really watch it the rest of the year, but I will watch it for the Olympics. I'll do it.
I mean, it's like 8 seconds.
Yeah, it's
for
great.
some of the races. Your attention span does not need to be very high for track and field.
Is ping pong still in it?
Yes.
I've watched it in the past and I've really liked it.
Okay.
I feel like there's a lot of action that goes on. Water polo. So fun. So fun. And the 3v3s.
Oh, basketball. Okay. I'll throw out tennis because the Olympic tennis is very different from a regular major. The fact that Carlos Alcaraz and Rafael Nadal are going to be a doubles team is pretty ridiculous.
You're like,
this is like mind blown. And golf is always interesting because some people sneak in.
The country club
and
answers.
And then they figure it out and
okay, $23
competing with, well, not anymore. Found my wallet. Oh, is that a natural segue to the next softball topic? Talking about money?
Maybe.
Nijaree Canady is going to Texas Tech.
That is just like, that made me hot.
I don't know how that, I was not expecting that to come out of my mouth. Like, if you'd asked, I say that, if you'd asked me a month ago, I never would have thought. But I'm going to be honest, Texas Tech was a name in this from pretty much the beginning.
Yeah.
We just weren't sure if it was actually going to happen, if they could actually pull this off. And they did. And, our friends at The Athletic and ESPN, like lots of reputable sites have reported over $1 million NIL deal, which is a game changer in a lot of ways. So I don't know how we want to attack this from the Nijaree to Texas Tech of it all and what that does for them. I mean, this is obviously a game changer for softball NIL. To what extent, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But this is there are more shockwaves sent by this story than many others in the sport in a long time.
I agree. Well, also the sheer amount of it is enough to send shockwaves. First of all, I think she's great. I've heard nothing but good things about her as a person, as a teammate. Like even her Stanford teammates have said nothing but good things about her. So I think there's something to be said for that. That aside, I'm so curious because playing in the Big 12, playing against Texas Tech, one of my best friends played at Texas Tech. So she knows I say this with love, but I could never go there.
Not a Lubbock girly?
I could never go to Lubbock, Texas and give up a Stanford education. And again, that's not my choice. That's totally her choice. So that's why she's going there and I'm not. But what she's giving up is tough. Getting $1 million is cool. I did see somewhere, or I heard somebody, and you may need to clarify this for me, but I heard that it's $1 million over the course of 1 year. It's not over the course of 2 years.
Yes. I think The Athletic is what reported, might be on, I can't remember. But it is a 1-year deal.
So at the end of this year.
So we could do this all over again.
Season. So hypothetically, you go to Texas Tech and you realize like Texas Tech. And then you're like, I want to get out of here. And you go. Now, that being said, I think Glass is one of the best coaches that they have hired in a very long time.
It was a smart move.
So smart because they have not had great coaching in the past. And that also really makes the experience not great. And he's brought in a lot of talent. So the team's going to be really good this year. I think
they'll be good. I don't know if I'm going to
pitcher like Kennedy. If you can take a Stanford team that bats 100 to the World Series,
weren't hitting 100.
They were
hitting like 200. It's better than 100.
Before Supers, they were batting like 120. Yes. Let's go back and look.
I will.
Okay, go. Quick, hurry.
All right, they hit 273. That's not 100. I know. I'm sorry, Miss OU hits 380 every year.
No, but that was their final, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, before
There's no way that their
before
average went up
because they
100
got
points.
no, I want to see what their average was at that point right before supers.
Okay. Well, I don't have that. I can find it. I can tell you.
We'll look it up later.
Okay. Oh, their stats are so annoying.
Ooh,
Okay.
why are they
I
like
don't
that?
know why they're like
What
that.
is that?
That's attendance.
Oh,
Stanford.
why is attendance on there?
Stanford. Come on. All right.
Stanford.
I back to the Nijaree to
Okay.
Texas Tech thing. We'll see. It's asking a lot for a program that didn't make the tournament this year. And they were in the Baton Rouge regional a couple years ago, and there was maybe a chance. I think that was when Aaron Edmondson was still there.
That was
There was
back in
was that 18?
2021.
No, I was still in college. So that might have been 18 or
Weren't you
19.
still in college then?
No, I graduated in 20. Sorry.
That may have been
Old.
19 then.
Okay. So that was kind of the last time they sniffed success.
Mm-hmm.
And it's asking a lot. Like you can attest to this. There's something to be said about having been there and having the experience and having a program that is there often. It helps. It does. There's a reason that honestly, a lot of the same teams typically make it to the World Series.
True.
You break it down. So I think it's asking a lot. She'll be great. She's gonna hit. That was something that she wanted.
Jordy Ball.
Yeah. Um, it's just a lot of the questions I have about it. I don't know if we're gonna have an answer until like a year from now.
I think somebody should do call her daddy style, get her on a pod and just be like, tell us your side. Like, what's up? This is your chance to air it out because I'm so curious because I do think in this day and age, like money is a factor. It is as much as people don't want to admit it. Getting $1 million offer,
It's a big deal.
That's a factor. And if you resist it, like you're going to get left behind. Your sport is going to get left behind.
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty cool that she was able to get that because that has to be one of the largest ever. So that's pretty incredible on that side. So yeah, it'll be really interesting. I'm just curious, because I think also that'll be a big culture change, not only like going into Texas Tech, but also knowing where Glass is from and coming from Lafayette. Like they were really good this past year. He's like his conference, the whole time that he's been coaching, he's never lost a series.
Yeah.
In conference.
They ran the Sun Belt.
That's a very different mindset for a coach to have versus you're at Stanford. Okay, like we are rebuilding a little bit. Like we're trying to get back to what we were versus Glass is coming in going, this is what we are. This is the expectation. So I'm curious if that had a little bit to do with that as well. Because you have to think if she goes to Stanford, she wants to be a part of making something great.
Yeah.
She wants to help create a dynasty. At least that's what I think.
Well, I also wonder what it's going to be like in-house now that the number's been reported. Like I think it stands out that this number was released to the public.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the kind of stuff that somebody has to inform the media, the people telling the story. So somebody wanted this number to get out there, whether it be Texas Tech to say, hey, here's what we can do, or somebody else involved. I don't know. But that also means that all of her teammates now know what she's getting paid. It also means that every Texas Tech fan knows what she's getting paid to go there. And that is going to be something that Nijaree's going to have to deal with this year. Anytime Texas Tech loses, fans are going to bring that up. Mm-hmm. That's just how it is. It's the nature of sports. It's the nature of fans. And my hope is it wouldn't be a situation, but you never know what it's like in the locker room too. And there are just so many factors in this. And it's, like I said, it's not something that we'll know week 1, week 2, or even at the end of the year. Yeah. It'll be something that we probably learn a year from now. Mm-hmm. And I'm fascinated.
I want the tell all.
Yeah.
I want it.
There are a lot of people I want to talk to. I want to talk to Jerry. I want to talk to a lot of people in here. I want to talk to, I want to find out who was actually in the mix, because there were a million schools mentioned, and I know some where she visited. I also know some that people threw out that were never in the conversation. I talked about it last pod. I was like, stop guessing. Half the things y'all are saying are wrong.
Yeah.
There are certain schools that all y'all were like, Nijaree's going there. She never even talked to them.
Actually,
She never talked to them.
actually.
So I think it would be also good to know who is actually in the mix.
Yeah.
I know some, but it's not really my story to tell.
Yeah. I think if you say I know some, we all know who it is.
I mean, I don't know what to say.
Roll Tide roll.
Who's to say?
Is that
I don't
what
know.
you do?
Why are you crossing? It's not a goalpost.
Sorry.
Right here, maybe you. It's irrelevant to what I just said.
But also another segue.
Okay.
Speaking of Roll Tide roll,
Oh,
an alum.
look at you. That was class.
That was smooth. We're getting better. Haley McCleney. And she always does this whenever she's trying not to cry. And I need to steal that because I've never met somebody who is more amazing, more incredible, just like such a great human being, but also just so freaking good. Like, I don't understand how she's that good. She is so good in what she has done for the sport, not just what she's accomplished, but also the mentoring that she's done to professional softball players that have come in, with camps that she's done with the younger age group, just her IQ of softball and her love of learning and her love of sharing what she's learned.
Yeah.
She's incredible. She was easily my rookie year. Her and Sierra Romero were like my top two people that I was like, man, I'm so glad I got to learn from them. I got to meet them. I just have nothing but good things to say about Halo. Like, she is incredible, but she's retiring. Yeah. She is retiring. This is her last season. So Team USA, they just finished up in Italy last week. And then Athletes Unlimited started
tonight as we record.
Today. And this is her last season. So at the end of August, we won't get to see her in uniform.
I just got a picture of Kayla Beaver and Haley McCleney.
Oh,
it's Unlimited. Beav is making
show the picture.
Debut. Well, it's not mine to share, but I'm just showing you. It's fine. Just know it's a picture of Beav and Halo smiling. Haley, I've been in softball for 9-ish years.
In softball?
Probably for the majority of those years, Haley McCleney's been regarded as the best player in the world.
Yeah, she's incredible. Yeah,
and that wasn't just some Bama bias. Like, that was widely regarded. Haley McCleney, center field, top of the order for Team USA forever.
Yeah.
What she did for people in the state of Alabama, she's a homegrown kid from Morris, near Birmingham, came to Alabama, made a name for herself there, did everything at the pro realm that you can possibly do, pitching with Team USA, has made AU huge, and has also gone into TV like a natural on sets.
Transition was so smooth.
Just so good.
She was like, it was so easy. I was like, yeah, because you're Haley McCleney. Of course it was easy.
Yeah.
Like, and you're incredible.
Getting to know Haley the last few years, she was actually one of the ones that I didn't get to meet very early because she was always off traveling. And even at the World Games, I don't think I saw her. I talked to her family, but we've gotten to know each other better the last 2 years. And she's just an incredible person and so smart. There's a reason she took to TV naturally. She's got it up in here, and she's a great ambassador for the sport, great ambassador for Alabama, a great ambassador for the state. I couldn't be prouder to know her and to have watched her. My like one broadcasting regret is that I came too late to call her games in college.
Yeah, she's incredible. She's
missed her
incredible.
by a season.
Rats.
Almost had it. Haley's amazing. Congrats to Halo on retirement.
Yes, we love you so much. I love you. There's a lot of people who are retiring. You have Sam Fisher, you have Sydney Littlejohn. I feel like there's a couple in there in the mix as well. And I was talking with some of the girls at Athletes Unlimited for the season. It was Mia Davidson, and she was saying, it's weird. Like, one, I'm not a rookie anymore. Like, this is year 4.
Yeah, how does that feel, Mendes? You feel that?
We'll talk about that later.
Skirt.
And she was just saying there's a lot of new people at AU this year, and there's a lot of people who after this year won't be playing anymore. And so she was just like, it's kind of weird. Like,
we're starting to rotate.
The tide is turning. And I feel like you've seen so many faces around for so long.
Yeah.
And you're in this year, next year, and the year after. I think those are going to be like big transition years where you're going to see a lot of fresh faces in the pro league. whether it's AU, whether it's the AUSL, whether it's just independently, like whatever it is, I think you're going to see a lot of new faces. As great as they are, it makes me curious because sometimes you get a fresh face and people are like, whoa, who is that? Never seen them before. Or they're fresh out of college. The fans from college follow that player. I'm curious to see with the way that the investment in female sports are going, the trend, you're getting a bunch of new faces that fans can fall in love with. What does pro softball look like in 2 or 3 years? I'm curious.
I'm hoping that it's something congealed. It's gonna be hard to keep it up.
We all,
Everything
aren't we
being
all?
over here. This part of the problem. It could also be part of the solution. We'll see.
It could be.
That's another, the business idea.
Foreshadowing.
I don't know. But yeah, to your point though, real quick, just a nugget. Sam Fisher, dear friend, congratulations on retirement.
You're amazing.
Still mad you
We
didn't tell
love
the
you.
group chat. We had to find out on Twitter.
Oh, that's tough.
And Sid, my friend, my old TV partner, Cindy Little John Watkins,
Yeah.
who was like done, and then the AU opportunity came up, and then she tried out and didn't make it,
Didn't you say
and then made it, and the curve
is curving?
curve moves, boy.
Didn't you say in her retirement post, she was like, yeah, I'm retiring for real this time, or like I'm not actually coming back, and that made me giggle a little bit.
No,
She was
yeah,
like, no, for real.
because when the AU thing first happened, we were still doing games together, and she was like, I'm gonna go for it. And I remember, we would talk all the time. She would do stuff at Alabama when she was in town, working with staff or whatever, working in the cages in the pen. And yeah, it was something that she really wanted. And it took her a little bit to get there. And she got there. And I think it was her first AUX season. I remember I was in Florida and we were watching it. I mean, she had one game where the curve was just untouchable. And it's one of my favorite pitches that I've seen in my 9 years covering softball. That you can do so many things with it. The way she does it, ask her to like disjoint her arm.
Bruises on her arm because
it's wild the way she can contort her arm. She's thrown one pitch her whole life, and
hey,
it's worked.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah. So shout out to Sid. Tip of the cap. Podna.
Tip. All right.
One more thing, and then we'll wrap up the dirt. SA is on 3.
Yeah.
SA on 3.
This is so big.
This is
so
important.
big.
Why
We're
is this big?
Talk about it again.
Yeah, we're doing a show as you're listening tonight. Maybe Monday night live. We'll talk about it more, but this is something that I'm excited about. I think it's important for people to know. Nothing changes. We're just on a different platform. Nothing adjusts. We still write our stuff. We still record our pods.
But there will be better things involved. There will be additional. And so instead of, because I remember doing lessons and talking to these players and they're like, oh my gosh, I haven't made the top 100. Or like, I'm number 25 instead of 10. My like recruiting stock is going to drop. And I'm like, what? And says who? Like there's 1,010,000 different top 100 rankings out there. Like who's to say that this is the final call, right?
Yeah.
Who's to say that's the final call, right? So I'm really excited. I think this is the thing I'm most excited about is the fact that instead of doing a top 100, we're just going to be doing like star rankings.
Right.
So you're 1-star, you're 5-star, like that kind of thing. Because I think there's so much to be said for that of, okay, like maybe a pitcher is ranked number 1 and a outfielder who has a really great bat is ranked 5. Like it's hard because they're both equally good, but they play or their roles are very different.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to see that South America is going to be bringing that because no one else has that. So I'm excited.
It's lit. I'm excited for the new specified stuff, like actual stuff, because I can't tell you when I do the pod prep for the for media days, how many times I'll look at these recruiting classes and see like they were tied for 24th. I'll be like, well, so it was these 8 people. How is that real?
So who's the real?
Who's actually 24th? Who's 5th? There were 7 people 5th last year. It was crazy. Not 7. It was like 3, but still, I mean. Like, let's make a decision. So it makes it, it's going to make it easier to prep for these things. And there are other exciting things that we'll talk about on Monday. That's all I got.
That's all I got. Dab it out. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, I messed that up.
Dab it
I
out.
was going,
Dab it out.
I missed the dab.
Oh,
Uh, thank you for tuning in to The Dirt. That's Nicole. I'm Gray. We'll be back. I don't know.
tonight.
Something will happen.
Monday night.
Yeah, Monday Night Live.
Yeah.
Para, Sydney, I think will be on. I think we're all in. It's gonna be fun.
All hands on deck.
Yeah. And make sure that you like and subscribe on all podcast platforms. And if you're watching, like and again, leave a comment. I don't have the comments up. We're gonna go back to the mailbag moving forward, but this was
I did get a couple comments. So if I didn't answer yours or we didn't answer yours, we will next week.
Yeah, this was in person. We needed to talk about some things.
We had to figure out how to do this.
My friend Nicole.
Hey.
It was great.
What's
Super
up?
not awkward on camera. Side hug. We're killing it.
We're crushing it.
Okay.
But I am curious. This is a question. So we got to do.
Oh, we have to do the stain.
We got to do the stain.
Yeah.
It was kind of crazy that you were going to end it off.
I was going to end the show.
I was like,
and I forgot to stain it.
So what is your stain? Do you know? I can go.
Go for it.
Okay. I think my stain is, I don't even know if this is really a stain, but, I would love, like, I want to hear from more like athletes or pro players or coaches or something, like just maybe have a bonus episode where they hop on. And I'm really curious. So this is like an interactive stain.
Okay.
If you could get anybody to come on
The Dirt with us
on The Dirt and you could get them, obviously I feel like Canady is like the obvious.
Yeah.
Like besides her, unless she wants to. I did check. She is one. I am one of the 400 people she follows on Twitter. So
look at you. I'm not.
That made me feel really cool.
It's not me.
But
I'm.
It's okay. Coach Casso doesn't follow me on Twitter. So
well, she follows like 8 people.
I know, and I'm not one of them.
One of them is not you.
Yeah. Anyways, if you could pick somebody to be on The Dirt and you could be like, all right, like you don't even know what the T is, but they're gonna dirt with us. What who would it be? What would it be? I've thought about this a lot.
I'm trying to think about who, because here's the thing. Our off-air dirts I have a different answer for on-air dirts.
Tell me your off-air and on-air.
My off-air dirt is Jerry Glasgow. My on-air dirt is, I think, Patty.
Oh.
Yeah.
You think she's gonna spill some dirt?
I think that
I don't think
I don't think necessarily no, but I think that she would be a good time on the show.
Oh, she'd be
I think that we could find a way to make it happen.
I need dirt though.
Well,
like who would you be like, I want to know the dirt?
I'll tell you what, I would pick, I don't even have a name for this, but somebody who's transferred to 3 schools or coached at like 4 schools in the last 5 years. Someone who's been around, who's seen some things, and they're
in their eyes, they're a little traumatized.
They've journeyed.
Hey, you've journeyed.
What's your answer?
Ooh.
You've thought about it a lot.
I don't know if I can say this one, but
say it. Oh, I wonder if
can I say that?
Up.
I know I said I whispered too loud.
I don't know.
Say it?
I mean, it's fine. Is that your on air or off air dirt?
Oh, for sure, off air.
Okay, then I'm kind of in on that.
Should I tell you guys?
You can make guesses in the comments.
Yeah. Ooh. What do you think I said?
What do you think?
I really hope the mic didn't pick it up.
I can mute it.
I kind of said it loud. And then my on air, I think would be I think somebody from Texas.
Current or old?
Current.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe Mike White. Maybe a coach.
What's up, Mike?
I feel like if there was to be a coach who would dirt, it would be Mike White.
Probably.
I feel like he would.
I think we'd have fun with Mike White.
Let us know.
I think we would
Mike
have
White
a good time.
might have fun with us. I don't know.
Probably.
But I think that might be entertaining, for sure.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my stain. Just a small quibble.
Where are these like
Just
these words are just
yeah, I had them in my
like
wallet.
SAT prep or what?
Yeah,
What's going on?
that's how I do. Um, sometimes issues happen, and that's okay. And we're
Mhm.
all trying to do the best we can. But we do need the internet to be better at places where we're trying to do
Ooh.
complex
Yes.
events.
Especially whenever it's required to do the
Yeah.
event.
So and really at a lot of places internet just needs to be better, period. I mean,
Hotels in general.
yeah, hotels, kind of a shout out to the Women's College World Series. I have horrible internet connection there for whatever reason, and it's not just me.
Yeah.
We had some hardline issues with radio. I don't know. Just let at these places where I'm not. Look, I know we're all trying.
Right.
Budgets are different.
Wi-Fi. Hofstra University.
But
shout out.
if we're gonna have like complex things at these places, then we probably need the internet power to make sure that they happen without an issue.
I would second that.
Yeah.
I agree.
So you guys, my stand.
Yeah.
Go internet.
Go internet. No, hit and intern. Trey, we're gonna get this.
Oh, well, not by the end of this episode because we're done.
All right. Dab it out on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
Dab is back.
We're so cool. This is the
Dab
coolest.
is back. I think I saw it may have been the Dodgers.
Oh,
Maybe it was the Yankees.
oh.
I don't know. One of the coastal baseball teams. But they were dabbing it out whenever they got a hit. It was like double, and they're like,
wow.
Yeah.
Bailey Dowling.
It's back.
It's for you. Bailey double dab Dowling. Wow. Okay. That's all I got. You good?
That's all I got.
Okay.
Thanks for coming to the dirt.
That was fun. Fun to be in person. That's Nicole.